Street light burning on a wet black seam. Boots in the puddle like a bad man's dream. I punch that clock with my head down low. Same old city, same old debt to pay, same old road. I got a second-hand coat and a first-rate ache, hands so tired they won't even shake. The bus gone by, let it carry the fools. I walk to the yard, through the spill and the oil. My name on a slip, my hours on a line. Everything I owe got a blood red shine. The wind cut cold through the chain link fence, and I heard my own shame make a workman's sense. At the corner store, the clerk don't ask my name. He know my eyes from the years of the same. Coffee in a cup and a scratch-off lie. I bought 2 minutes and I watched them die. You can call it labor, call it fate. I call it a mouth that won't stop saying wait. Every step I take on that shining street feels like a bill with a pulse beneath my feet. I clock in, I clock out, I don't get free. The asphalt keeps the books on me. Every heavy step is a debt I can't clear. Night after night I keep my face in the fear. I ain't rich, I ain't clean, I ain't gone home yet, but the street keep track of every damn regret. There's a woman at home with a lamp still on. She don't sleep right when the daylight's gone. I told her, baby, I'm just working late, but the lie got teeth and it learned to wait. I keep my change in a rusted tin. I keep my best excuse where the bad ones live. If I make it back, if I make it through, I got one hard prayer and it might be you. I know what I look like when I come in the door. A man trying to outrun the same old floor. No clean hands, no saint song, no alibi. Just a little more night and a harder eye. I clock in, I clock out, I don't get free. The asphalt keeps the bucks on me. Every heavy step is a debt I can't clear. Night after night I keep my face in the fear. If love got a ledger, then mine read red, but I still come home with the truth unsaid. Street light burning on a wet black seam. Boots in the puddle like a bad man's dream. That lamp stay on, burn low in me. Same yellow watch on the kitchen screen. I don't call it hope, I call it habit. Some nights a woman learns to drag it. I hear his boots before I hear his key. Rain talk loud on the fire escape scene. I wipe the ash from the edge of the sink, and I don't ask where he's been to think. He's got that look like he lost to the night, like the city took a bite and didn't give it back right. I seen that face in a dozen lies, but I still move slow when he meets my eyes. There's a ring in the drawer and a rent due twice. There's a bruise in the air that don't need a knife. He says I'm tired, I say so am I. Then we both sit down and let the silence lie. I fixed his plate and I left it cold. I fixed my heart and it came back old. A woman can live on what she can't forgive, till the forgiving start to teach her how to live. Lamp's still on, but the room don't shine. Love ain't sweet when it draws that line. He come home broke, I come home blind. Still that lamp stay on, like a witness mine. Lamp still on, I don't know why. Maybe I stay for the truth in his life. He kisses my cheek like he's asking the debt. I taste the shift on his breath and regret. He don't say sorry, he don't say much, but his hands tell me what his mouth can't touch. I know his shame, I know its shape. I know the way a good man can make a mistake. I know mine too, cause I keep this place and pretend my love don't have a second face. If I kill the light, I kill the time. If I let him in, I let him climb up in my blood where the hurt don't sleep. So I leave that lamp on, low and cheap. Lamp's still on, but the room don't shine. When it draws that line, he come home broke, I come home blind. Still that lamp stay on, like a witness mine. Lamp still on, and it knows my name. You see me choose this hurt again. That lamp stay on, burn low in me. Save yellow watch on the kitchen screen. I got shame in my pocket, I got change in my shoe, I got a bad luck grin and a busted up view. You can laugh if you want, I done heard that before. But shame don't pay nothing, and I ain't begging no more. Walked in late through the back room light, hat pulled low and my shirt too tight. A man at the bar said, boy, you look spent. I said, brother, you don't know how far I went. 10 hours straight and a busted knee, a dime in my hand where a day's work should be. The bartender looked like he's seen my kind, 1,000 broke men with a sleep-deprived mind. There's a landlord grin and a payday grin, both of them smile when you let them win. There's a woman at her home with a face like steel, and I ain't had enough to make either one feel. I tried to run from the shape I made, but shame got wheels and it don't get paid. It rides me hard when the neon's bright, and it talks too much in the middle of the night. No change for shame, I spent it all. No change for shame, I ain't standing tall. If you hear me cuss, if you hear me cry, that's a broke man's roar and an honest lie. No change for shame. Let the whole room see what the night done made out of me. The glass and I saw my face, half drunk, half gone, half out of place. The kind of man you blame when the rent comes due, the kind of man that still says, baby, I swear to you. I slammed my hand on the wood so hard, the bottle shook and the air got scarred, and I laughed like a man with nothing to lose, 'cause shame can't eat what a heart so chews. Don't pat my back, don't call me strong. I've been wrong too long, and I know what's wrong, but I ain't dead, and I ain't through. That's the ugliest truth I can hand to you. No change for shame. The room know me now, I won't bow low just to make it sound proud. Shame don't pay nothing, and I ain't begging no more. Same door, same step, same hollow click. I know this house like a scar knows quick. Rain on the frame and a lie in my throat. I came back here on a memory's code. I don't knock loud, I don't knock twice. I just stand in the dark and pay the price. You can hear me breathe through the screen door crack, like a bad decision that keeps coming back. You said, leave it alone. I said, I tried, but a man can drown in the place he hide. I seen your shadow move behind the shade, and that old hurt lit up like a switchblade. I ain't proud of the hours I stole from sleep, ain't proud of the promises I couldn't keep. I brought you roses once, they turned to gas. Now I bring you silence and I watch it pass. You keep your face like a locked up room. I keep my heart like a cheap perfume. We both know this ain't love no more. It's the sound of a hand on a stubborn door. Same door, same night, same cut, same night. I keep coming back to what don't feel right. If you let me in, I'll hurt you some more. If you don't, I'll bleed on the step at your door. Same door, same night. Can't call it grace, just a bad old song in a better place. I hear you inside with the radio low. I hear your pace where the weak lights glow. Maybe you hate me, maybe you don't. Maybe the truth is the thing we want. I lost my pride and I lost my way. I kept both losses like a man's debt state. Now I'm standing here with my hat in my hand, too ashamed to leave, too broke to stand. I'm not asking forgiveness, I'm asking if the door still knows me. I'm not clean enough to love you right, but I still want the shape of the fight. Same door, same night, same cut, same night. I keep coming back to what don't feel right. If you let me in, I'll hurt you some more. If you don't, I'll bleed on the step at your door. Same door, same knife, and I know why. I can't quit the wound that taught me to lie. Rain on the frame and a lie in my throat. I came back here on a memory's coat. Freight roll east and the skies stay thin. Steel wheel moan where the day got in. Payday coming like a half-true friend. Then the billboys line up at the end. I seen the wilders rub their eyes in the dark. I seen the dock men warm their hands by the spark. Everybody got a face for the homeward ride. Everybody got a hole they try to hide. The foreman says hurry like it saves your soul, but it just makes a man more tired than old. I sign that sheet with a hand gone numb, and I count the hours like a broken drum. There's a lunchbox empty and a bottle half shown. There's a kid back home with a coat outgrown. There's a woman who don't want promises cheap. There's a landlord who knows where the hunger sleep. We all chase a check like it owes us grace, then we spend it down in the same dark place. The city don't care if your heart gets split. It wants your back, your breath, your grit. Payday on the air, and the money don't stay. A man's whole life can fit in the rain. At the platform edge, I watch the faces pass, all them tired souls in a blackened glass. Some go home clean, some go home broke, some go home mean with a laugh like smoke. I know that look when the checks come thin. A man stopped counting what he can't begin. So I keep moving through the gust and grit, 'cause stopping long enough might make me sit with it. Money ain't the whole crime. Time is the bigger theft. You can earn a pocket full and still come homeless. Payday on the elk, and the money don't stay. It rides out east, and it's gone by day. One hand on the rail, one hand on shame. Same hard wind, just a different name. Payday on the elk, and I know why. Some nights a paycheck feels like a lie. The city don't care if your heart gets split. It wants your back, your breath, your grit. Broke my best excuse on the kitchen tile. Watched it cut my foot, and I smiled a while. Ain't that a shame? Ain't that a sight? A man can love his damage more than he likes what's right. I had a story ready, had it set in stone. Had a sickness in my voice and a prayer of my own. Said the truck broke down, said the shift ran long, said the whole damn city had me by the wrong. But the truth was sitting in my chest like lead. Truth was simpler than the lies I fed. I stayed out late 'cause I wanted the sting, wanted proof that I could still feel anything. You looked at me once like you knew the trace of every half-dead promise on my face. I saw the hurt come up, then I saw it fall, like a dog tired enough to stop the call. I should have been clean, I should have gone home, should have let your heart be a place I don't roam. But I kept my excuses close to my skin, like a man keeping matches where the fire lives in. I broke my best excuse, now I got no cover. I've been bad on purpose, like a wounded lover. Broke my best excuse, and the truth got loud. I wear my shame like a hand-me-down cloud. I don't want mercy, I want you to know what a man turns into when he won't let go. You don't have to love me, don't have to stay, but don't act surprised when I damage my way. I ain't proud of the dark, but I know its name, and sometimes I hold it just to feel the flame. There's the part of me that scares me most, the part that laughs at the edge when the damage is close. I can say I'm sorry with a straight hard stare, but there's a hunger in me that won't play fair. The lie was never the crime. The crime was what I needed it for. I used it like a handhold when I couldn't stand no more. Now I got no cover. I've been bad on purpose, like a wounded lover. Broke my best excuse, and the truth got loud. I wear my shame like a hand-me-down cloud. If you leave tonight, you'll leave me true. I ever asked you to do. Ain't that a shame? Ain't that a sight? A man can love his damage more than he likes what's right. Mercy on the tracks, cold light in the glass. I see my younger face in the river pass. Same rails humming, same heart gone thin. Same old question, where the old vows been. Remember a night when your hand was sure, and mine was a mess, but it still felt pure. We said always, like fools say prayer, like we own the dark, 'cause the dark was there. Now I ride past yards with their rusted bone, thinking how a promise can turn to stone. Not dead, not done, just worn to thread. A thing you keep carrying 'cause you can't throw it dead. The car was full of faces, no one spoke, just coats and breath and a coffee smoke. A kid fell asleep on his mother's arm, and I thought about love as a kind of harm. Not cruel, not fate, just heavy and slow. The sort of thing you learn by the way it go. We don't need less truth, we need more room for the kind of grace that grows in bloom. Mercy on the track, let it pass me by. I ain't asking heaven, I ain't asking why. Just let me carry what I can't repair without making a church out of my own despair. Mercy on the tracks, still cold and long. Some loves survive by staying wrong. If I call you tonight, I won't call clean. I call like a man, still hauling the scene of every door I shut, every name I've been, every good thing worn to the bone I've spent. But maybe that's it, maybe that's grace. Not being forgiven, just holding the place where the hurt can live without running wild, where a wrecked out man can still sound mild. I used to think mercy meant a fresh start. Now I think it means not breaking apart. right in the middle of what you know. When the train keeps going and you still don't go. Oh, mercy on the tracks, let it pass me by. I ain't asking heaven, I ain't asking why. Just let me carry what I can't repair without making a church out of my own despair. Mercy on the tracks, same old song. Some loves survive by staying wrong. Same rails humming, same heart gone thin. Same old question, where the old vows been. Street lamp glow on a busted curve. No holy word, just the word we serve. You and me, we ain't been saved. We just learned the shape of the same old grave. I used to think of Al meant clean, a white shirt world in a polished dream. But we lived too long in the grease and rain to call what we got by a sweeter name. You held my coat when the cold got mean. I held your lie when the truth got keen. That ain't no fairy tale, that ain't no sin. It's too hard, people letting each other in. We got cut so deep, they talk in the dark. We got scars that still leave a mark. I can't promise better, I can't pretend. I can only be here when the night don't end. If I am a burden, you are too. If I am the wound, then you are the bruise. And somehow that wreckage still makes a lane for two tired hearts in a hard weather frame. Keep the street lamp on, let the dark know our names. We ain't asking for rescue, we ain't playing games. If love is a burden, then carry me through. If love is a wound, then it's mine with you. Keep the street lamp on, don't let it go black. We come this far by not turning back. I don't need a crown, I need your hand when the rain comes down. I need the truth with a little less fight. I need somebody staying in the light. Not because we're pure, not because we're wise, but because we've seen each other with honest eyes. And if the ledger says we both ran red, then let it say we still came home instead. Don't call it peace, don't call it fixed, just call it here and call it this. Keep the street lamp on, let the dark know our names. We ain't asking for rescue, we ain't playing games. If love is a burden, then carry me through. If love is a wound, then it's mine with you. Keep the street lamp on and let it burn low. The only vow left is the one we know. No holy word, just the word we serve. You and me, we ain't been saved. We We just learned the shape of the same old grave.